Yes, 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 yes. The boys are back. All the
Oh,
boys are back. Shooter McGavin is back. We had to see if Shooter McGavin is feeling extra happy because there's a new Happy Gilmore, and if he's hotsy totsy because he's still in the mood.
I
You are
didn't see it.
listening. Neither did I. This is
me
Knock 'em
neither.
Out the Box, episode 158. My name is Vinnie Paz. I'm here with my co-host, with the co-most, the Mr. Majestic Left, Right, Left Kid, Mr. Brendan Long.
158 and sap.
What's up? Back from an almost 2-week vacation in the lovely outside. I'll say a
Vacation, air
play.
quotes.
Well, look, the kids were with you, so I hear, but you were sloshed. We're not going to say exactly where, but the outskirts of Atlantic City, which is popping if you want it to be. Did you
We
go
don't
into
want
AC?
you don't
Billy
want to make
Betts?
where he went more popular because of the amount of the reach that this pod has. That
Well, where Billy
the streets and
vacations
beaches will be flooded
if they know where Billy
if they know
Betts
where
vacations.
if they know where Billy Betts goes.
I
Brendan,
did
one
go to
thing.
Atlantic City, but
See?
believe it or not, I avoid the casino. Like, I don't get pulled into gambling
Okay,
in
but
the
can you get pulled
casino.
into a sports book?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
did you go pop into Irish pub at all and say hello?
I did not go to the Irish pub.
What?
I'm with you there where it's like, okay, I'm not a gambler, but say the three of us were at a casino and we just want to do something fun at the sports book for the show or something.
Yeah.
I'm not getting lured in by anything. Like if I want to play blackjack, I don't know if I've said it on the air, but when I would gamble, like the most recent time I was up $3,000 at the blackjack table in Vegas. Everyone was ready to hit the sack. And I'm like, nah, I'm turning this $3,000 to 10. And they came down for breakfast. And I looked like Pazzy Bindle sticks. Like my hair had grown. I was.
You lost it all?
I lost it all. And then like three more. So there was like a 6K swing.
That's how they get you.
You got to stay off the table. See, I just don't have that mentality.
But nothing else is like the lure of the siren song to me, Long. Like I don't care about it.
Bing, ding, 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 ding,
I
ding,
talked
ding, ding, ding.
I talked to Teddy one night. It was a Tehran Millette fight. It was the night I met your distant cousin Tessitore.
Well,
It was Tehran. I think it was Tehran Millette's last fight. I think he retired after it. I talked to Teddy a long time at that little venue. And then me and my brothers and cousins and everything went over to the casino and I saw Teddy at the roulette table. Yeah, and I was like, always bet on black, Teddy. And he had some funny New Yorker quick, because you're trying to be witty, and the only place that'll always one up you with wit is New York. You know what I mean? And so he had something witty back to me. But this is episode 158. I think I said that. Billy was on vacay. We didn't know if he hit AC. We didn't know if he was the sports book. He didn't come sniffing around.
Did you go to any of our haunts, Bill? Did you walk around? Hey, let me ask you something.
The vacation wasn't in Atlantic City, so I wasn't frequenting Atlantic City.
It was in the very nice place.
We had dinner. I had a nice steak.
Quick question. Do you happen to see any stickers?
I did not.
No.
I might have put a couple out though.
All right.
Billy took a nice pic of his view, and it was his lovely wife and a nice.
Oh, he put a nice post up too,
and a nice steak. And I go, look at that steak, because you don't look at your man's wife like long.
I was more looking at the words.
My man's wife is pretty. Your wife is
and
pretty. And that's where you leave it.
I was taking notes.
Yeah.
My anniversary is coming up, so I said, "Look at this. This is romantic SOB."
You like that? You like that?
I think he can pour it on when he wants to. It's when the drink gets him.
He had to talk someone in the marriage.
Gets me in trouble.
Right. And listen, the amount of shenanigans that guy pulls, right?
His party.
There has to be a flip side to that.
His engagement party, the mess he was, I was like, this is the woman for him, because she like threw him over her shoulders and carried him out of Green Street Pub.
Well, I listen. Let's not reveal too many secrets on
right. Well, that was well documented. It's the only reason I say it. But to see that early and stay around and not go, this is a sign from God, I can still get out of this and still walk that aisle. He's got the one. She's too pretty for him. She puts up with this nonsense.
It's true.
They made good-looking kids, so she can get out. She can be like, he helped do his part. He donated,
Donated. It's a nice mix.
you know.
Uh,
So Billy, jump back in when there's a couple things that we wanted to cover. We covered this card, Billy, that we knew was going to be diabolical. It was in a country in northern Africa, Libya, that's all Arab, sanctioned by the Argentinian Boxing Athletic Commission, aired on DAZN on a Friday, and so we'll get into that. But it starts off dark, and then we already got plans for the fall, Billy. So you got to mark off a day. So whenever you want to pop back in,
confirmation.
I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's double confirmation of not just the day is locked up. Now we got an opponent. So I'm glad we got it today for the air.
Yeah.
But a couple weeks back, Bill, you were on when we talked about a Japanese card. Shigetoshi Katari, it looked very bad. B, and then when we talked about it on air, I had said to you, B, did you see anything visually that looked crazy? And you were like, no. And then someone wrote in and corrected us and was like, yo, he collapsed.
Yeah.
They showed it. Shigetoshi Katori passed away, age 28, Friday from a brain injury he suffered during the title fight on August 2nd in Tokyo. Just awful news. Then, same card, Hiromasa Urakawa, 28, dies the next day from a brain injury, suffering from a stoppage loss on the same card. Two deaths on the same card. I don't know.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
I'd be shocked if it ever happened. You think, oh, I'm quick to blame referees, Japan, This isn't something where you say, well, B, every time we talk about a card in Japan, someone goes into a coma. I'm not even talking about death. I'm saying something horrible happens, and it's just not true. I think it's just like a dictionary definition of a fluke, because I don't see people there doing anything visually. Now, you and I don't know much about the commissions when it comes to, are people popping hot and are punchers bigger or something like that? I don't know. But as far as what we know, what we see, I don't see, like, you never hit me personally and say, Vin, every time we watch a card over there, someone takes too much punishment. They're allowed to.
No,
nothing that.
I don't know if,
I think it's just
a bad coincidence, but it also could be the lead up, in terms of how much these guys are sparring. I know that, erring on the side of not sounding like Jimmy the Greek, these guys are incredibly courageous, culturally courageous. So they're not going to quit. And
it's very true.
Maybe that has something to do with it. They're, too much heart for their own good, too much courage for their own good.
I mean, there's guys that we talk about after just a really good fight where we go, that guy has too much heart for his own good, where nothing bad happened. We just go, yo, he hung around too long for his own good in that fight, meaning it ended in the 10th, but in the 6th, it could have ended. And you go, well, the guy in his corner just wouldn't. I tend to lean towards you, a courageousness of a corner, and culturally where they stand on that and how they view saying no. Because I said to you a few weeks back, remember, I said, B, did Timmy Zoo quit? And he said, yeah. And I'm not dissing him for it, but he quit.
Yeah.
That's not up for debate. Yes. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. All right.
He didn't have any quit.
Oh, yeah. So he quit. So there is like shame in that culturally. It's not just Japan. There are certain people.
It's a boxing stigma. Guys, if you quit, you quit.
I mean, Tim Zoo's been getting killed. It hasn't let up, and it's been however long. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know how I would bounce back from that if in front of however many million people I said, I don't got it tonight, B. You're my trainer. I don't got it. He's flying my head.
Sonny Edwards retired right after he quit.
Yeah. Kasha Zoo did too. Ricky Hatton. It was like, no, I'm done, and I'm just not done right now. I'm done.
I don't have it anymore. I don't want to be here.
Right. So, okay. Some brighter news. Rest in peace to those brothers. Hiromasa Urakawa, Shigetoshi Kotari. As dark as it is to say, if you spoke to them, that's probably, again, to sound like B, I don't want to sound like Jimmy the Greek in the 80s here. You probably could ask those guys how they wanted to go out if they had a choice, and it would probably that way, fighting, which is, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying, some people would say that I want to die in the ring. There are fighters that have said it. There's living fighters that said it.
Sure.
That aren't going to, but they said it. In better news, in terms of not being sad, Jerron Boots Ennis will face Uesima Lima in the WBA super welterweight title eliminator on October 11th in Philadelphia. I don't like this.
Nope.
B told me that it was they're pretty much using the word tune up. This is, in my opinion, actually lower than a tune up. A tune up can borderline on throw me a name, but a washed up name.
Yeah, this is not, from what I understand, this isn't what they wanted.
This guy took a small step up once and got beat. And the rest of his opponents.
Aaron McKenna.
Yes.
Aaron McKenna beat him.
Who's like a guy who can handle himself, not a guy that, he's not a top 10 guy.
No.
B, so besides us knowing where and when Boots is fighting, which is will be at the Wells Fargo in Philadelphia. Do you want to build off what I is? And my opinion is that
the background is they offered Rashidi Ellis $500,000. They gave him a date to sign. Rashidi Ellis let that pass. The other names,
I gave you another name that I know was factually potentially offered to you. I told you, and you said, "Yeah, I think that has passed." The name I gave you.
Which one was that?
I can safely say this without being the Armenian kid. I said my man trains and manages this kid.
Oh yeah. Yes,
he's an undefeated kid. I don't want to go too much. If I say more, it'll give away.
Yeah, I mean,
it'll give away. What do you call it? Some of our plugs. And
not Armenian. Greek kid. The Greek kid.
The Greek kid. The Greek kid.
Yes.
Sorry. I was thinking of one of the.
No,
and the Greek
kid. I had asked the Matchroom personnel that we know.
Yeah.
About him, and the response was one word: negative.
Yeah.
So I had asked a few other names, and they just said I can't tell you.
Yeah. So the name you asked about was up. They were contacted, and then it went nowhere, obviously, because it was they had talked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Right, but the names.
Speedy Rashidi is like, I can't say this. There is no.
So I guess Charles Conwell, they couldn't make that work because that was a name that was floated around. Again,
Charles Conwell and Speedy Rashidi are both not tune-ups. They're above tune-ups.
So Josh Kelly was floated around.
Yeah, me and you thought.
We said last episode, Josh Kelly's likely going to get Bakr Murtalazayev, which I agree with Josh Kelly taking that fight. He gets a title shot as opposed to being a air quotes considered a tune-up. So if Josh Kelly gambles, beats Murtalazayev, he's a world champion.
And he's gonna look like he's who's the kid at welter? Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah.
The way Knock Him Out the Box now views Norman, he gambled on himself, and so far it's paid off. And not Brendan as much, I owe him an apology if he flies Devin Haney's hand, because he played everything out the way where he will be unified.
We're talking about Brian Norman. And the same goes for Josh Kelly. If Josh Kelly can pull a rabbit out of a hat and beat Murtalazayev,
he looks brilliant.
He looks brilliant. I mean, even if he loses, though, Josh Kelly is getting a title shot. He's fighting for a title.
No, you're right.
And he's showing courage and just bravery
against a goon who destroyed Tim.
If I'm Josh Kelly, I'm sorry, you don't have a bargaining chip with Jerron Ennis. Hey, so do you want to fight Jerron Ennis in Philadelphia
as the B-side?
No title? Nah. I'm going to he'll fight Murtalazayev probably in England
I was going to say, I'll bet you it's not where Mortalazayev is.
No.
We know that. So get that out of here.
Yeah.
It'll be a major European city if it's not London. London or England or the UK or Birmingham or Manchester or London is the low-hanging fruit. But even a massive city like, remember when the Klitschko's were fighting? A massive European city, there will be a population of Muslims. This is the UK. This is Germany. This is anywhere they want to support him and mad people to support Josh Kelly.
Right. So Mortalazayev fights out of Oxnard, California.
I didn't know he fought out of the US and A.
So there's two. I'm just gonna go and say it. There's two lines of thinking here. Either Mortalazayev and Kelly land if that happens, guys. I'm not confirming that happens. I'm just telling you.
No, we both.
Why Josh Kelly pulled himself out of these talks.
This podcast believes that fight is in talks. We will report.
Well, Josh Kelly said, "This is who I'm looking at."
Yeah, and Mortalazayev they're actively looking for his opponent because he's been inactive since the Zoo fight, which is far too long for a champion.
Correct.
Far too long.
Back to Boots. We get Rashidi Ellis, according to Eddie Hearn. Now again,
can I cut you off? But only to let you talk. It's just to cut you off to feed you something. Hey yo. Why Speedy Rashidi has had 2 fights in the Northeast in nightclubs? Why are you not jumping on that? No puff. Jumping on $500,000 in Philly. You're good. You believe you're good. You believe you're ready. You believe you should be fighting top guys, but you're not getting the fights. Why are you not taking it? I'm shutting up now. I cut you off twice.
I didn't really dig that fight. He hasn't done shit to me to tell me, I know that the triangle theory doesn't work, but Boots knocked out Romain Villa, who beat Rashidi Ellis. Okay. So at 147 pounds. If I'm Rashidi Ellis, I mean, I don't know. We say shit all the time. If I'm this person, if I'm that person. If Rashidi Ellis loses to another guy at this level, is he bookable again? Yes, of course. As an opponent, he just becomes an opponent at this point. That's a fight that a Rashidi Ellis level guy 100% should have taken. Dared to be great. I don't know if he's overvaluing himself. Apparently they contacted Matchroom and said they wanted it, but Matchroom had already moved on. Guys, these guys set deadlines. So
as they should.
Yeah, if you miss the deadline, then I don't want to work with you because that's the thing Vin and I have talked about in the past. You have to book an opponent who you think is going to make it to the date. Okay? So if we gave you an offer and said, here's the deadline, you wait till the deadline passes to then say you'll take the fight. Right. I'm sure Matchroom's not confident in Rashidi Ellis making it to the fight without pulling out. Again, to your point,
I just think that
in nightclubs, and now you're getting a house.
Right. So my thinking, what I'm saying to you, right, to our listeners, but to you as a friend, because this show is basically our conversations put to air.
Put to air, right?
Is, my guy, you fought in 2 nightclubs in hopes of a shot. What that shot doesn't always mean a title.
Right.
It means of getting back on track, getting your name out there, getting a name opponent. Rashidi Ellis, if he beats Boots, absolutely gets a big fight at 54. Forget a title. Just throw that title thing out. If their logic is he doesn't have a title, bro, you're fighting in Sucre Rey Oliveira is calling your fights out of a nightclub in Cranston or something.
Right.
With me and your kids shooting it on their iPads.
Right.
So
it looks like a card from Libya.
Look, we'll get more on that.
It looks like it's from the Maghreb.
Right. B, you win those 2 fights because you should, not tough fights, but you win those 2 fights in hopes of something coming along. Boots Ennis An undefeated Philly guy on
in
the
a
brink, not there,
stadium
yes, in a
or in
stadium,
a whatever arena
arena in Philadelphia, one of the 3, 4 biggest market in the
right.
country.
Yeah.
Won't be a pay-per-view, so millions will see it. It's not $100 thing that no one's gonna.
Right.
Millions are gonna see it because not only do millions of people have the zone worldwide, but millions of people stream shit for free now. Let's just be frank. Millions of people see it when they go, oh, a million people tuned in due to our data because of how many, because the zone's
Yeah.
global, like WWE is global. This isn't
Sure.
an app just add here. Everyone can see it, right? So let's deal with that. A few million people, bro. B, what if he just, like you said with Josh Kelly, what if he just gave a nice, solid performance?
Yeah.
Anything but getting blitzed. You said, how is he going to get booked again? You give a nice
Yeah, absolutely.
performance and sling them dogs with this guy.
Sure.
So in a million years.
You win. You try to win. You play to win the game.
Yo.
Like, I don't get it. Dare to be great.
If we pull Tommy Rainone on this show, I know this stuff gets dangerous because we don't want to speak for these guys because they're in the sport actively and make money from it. We don't. What would some of our friends say?
Okay, so there's been talks where names came up, and I've said, "Oh, you didn't take that fight or take this fight," and they went, "No," but it was more not with 2 months to a date, but things stacked against me. I had 4 weeks to prepare. I was 185 pounds. You know what I mean? And
I do.
I would
and
have
I
killed.
think that's totally different than
Right, I
being.
would have killed myself. Now, on
as of right now, me and you talking, we're 60 days out.
correct.
That's an 8-week camp.
It's a 8-week camp. So listen, to answer your question with action.
Thank you.
Tommy fought Ishe Smith in Vegas at 154 pounds. Rainone, had he had the proper backing, should have been fighting at 135, 140 pounds and campaigned his entire career at 147 as functioning as his own manager.
Yeah.
Hector was his trainer, but functioning as his own manager.
Yeah.
Again, and working a full-time job overnight. That being said, I don't know any of my friends, $500,000 coming off of 2 nightclub dates, they would have turned it down or not signed, on the dotted line. I don't know. Again, I like to say if Rashidi Ellis is overrating himself. Again, we are also going on Eddie Hearn's word, right? So we're going on a promoter's word.
If you want to hear Tommy Rainone talk about what B just said in depth and articulate all of this stuff very well, look up The Fighting Life, Tommy Rainone on YouTube. It's a great watch. It's close to 40 minutes. And he talks about the side of this sport that isn't covered very much. And that is working a gig, fighting at 54 when he could be fighting at 40 if he was signed to a top rank or something like that.
Yeah, Tommy did that. Bobby Cassidy produced it.
It's great. It's great.
Shout out to Bobby.
It's great.
Bobby's friend.
I just
check it out. The Fighting Life.
I want to jump. My knee-jerk reaction is to say, B, are these guys as deranged as these rappers I tell you about that outprice themselves? Not to me. I'm not giving them a dime, but these guys who do their fucking weekend verse special.
That shit is so wild to me.
Wild, but I think these boxers are as wild.
I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not saying Rashidi Ellis is scared or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to pontificate on why a guy would not take that. I think this is it. I think that Matchroom runs a tight ship. Matchroom has that. They said, look, Boots is our guy. Here's the deal. You don't sign the deal. I don't trust you enough retroactively when you say, oh, you know what? I'll take that. I almost think that, who is Rashidi Ellis's promoter? Let me look this up. Because that does mean something.
I honestly don't know. I think he was dropped after he lost that fight to Romain Villa. He was on a run. He was undefeated. He was fighting. I don't want to use the word often. Certainly more often than as of late.
Right.
Eric Kelly told me, yo,
yeah, I mean, he's fucking really 32 years old.
That's what I mean. What are you, if you're not, forget waiting and here's your date. Oh, we missed the date, but we want it. If you're not jumping on it and texting back YES at 32 with one loss and your last two, and your loss is to Romain Villa, it's not to fucking Fundora. It's not to a prime younger Charlo, the one that was at 54.
Yeah.
It's not one of the goons there, that are absolute fucking killers.
Right. I didn't realize his brother is Ronald Ellis.
You didn't until right now? Or
until right now. Did. I didn't know that.
I bet you did and forgot.
I had no fucking clue.
I like when you do that. Boots Ennis, guys, has signed to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr.
Yeah, so, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay, so it's part of an extension with Matchroom. Ennis, Virgil Ortiz will take place in January or February and will be a Matchroom Golden Boy co-promotion. You and I just said that we enjoy the back and forth playfulness between Eddie and Oscar. Do they really hate each other? Is it playful? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's certainly not hatred enough to blind them from making millions together, which I'm with that. Take your pot shots, talk your shit, but then sign contracts and
All right, so here's the deal. There's been no confirmation from Virgil's side, right? So I was kind of reading an article and it said, well, how can you guarantee, when Eddie makes another, again, this is my ignorance to the backroom deals. And unfortunately, guys, sorry, you're not going to get all that from me and Vin in terms of this show. What you're going to get is our educated opinion on things, but some of the minutia is just it's above my head, and you have to be there. So how can you say we've signed our end, and then you have Virgil Ortiz like I haven't seen anything?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
well, let me read a piece of news, B. And
okay,
and you tell me.
I'm just going based on this.
Well, it affects this. It affects this. Well, I'll read it real quick. Oscar is targeting a top 5 opponent in October for Virgil Ortiz.
Right.
So anyone in the top 5, as opposed to fighting Uisa Lima, you got 2 guys fighting. You have 2 guys in Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis fighting 2 guys on 2 opposite spectrums of here. And we know what that top 5 looks like, B. How many, you know what I'm saying? We know what that top 10 looks like.
Yeah.
I said Boots should be in there with a lower.
And he's coming off of what he had bone spurs in his elbow or something, Virgil.
Yeah,
right?
and as we've said, I thought he lost that one fight where he was down twice. Was that
Boachuk?
Yeah, I thought he lost.
Boachuk came back, beat Madrimov.
Right, and I keep mixing that up. And you're like, this Madrimov needs an easy touch every time I say he's trouble. Yeah. Yeah, that other guy at 54 too, B. We always see him on the Montreal cards. He's got 4 losses and they're all splits. He's a Muslim brother from over there.
Yeah.
And he only fights goons. And all of the 4 losses are undefeated guys. That weight. So you're like, this guy's getting the short end of the stick. Can they feed Madrimov?
Right. Give him a.
That's what you were calling for. Because I said, well, no, I don't think you can. Because when a dude's that good, that at that age with that little many fights, I don't think soft touches are in the thing.
I mean, he's just gonna have to take a fight for like nothing. To get it back on gear and in gear. So guys, it just seems real messy. I'm hoping this isn't promoter chatter like, oh, we've signed our end of the deal. There's always the chance that Oscar De La Hoya is the promoter of Virgil Ortiz. If you guys have been watching our show and watching boxing for more than a day, there's a good chance, Clap Back Thursday this week, if Oscar's even still doing that.
Yeah, it's him cutting a promo on Eddie.
On Eddie, like
this is
right. How can you say this is a deal made? We haven't seen anything.
Brendan's exactly right. What would be great, B?
Oscar has been known to just do that.
Yeah, B, bust it though. How ill would this be? And this is what Eddie and Matchroom want to happen. If you're talking top 5 at 154, there's a high possibility that that guy has a belt.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So then you go, we win our fight against Lima. Virgil Ortiz beats X, this guy who has a strap. Then not only are we fighting a guy that fight has been brewing for, we think, too long. We think this fight should have already happened. You like to talk about the over marination of fights. And this is hovering on Spence Crawford. I'm not talking about as far as stakes.
Oh, you know what's going to happen, right?
I could say.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I
keep
do.
going.
No. The over marination and the things that can happen in the meantime, and that's one of you fucking loses before it gets into the ring for a belt. If everyone has their druthers, Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis fight in February with a belt at stake.
The WBA.
Right.
Which Terrence Crawford currently has, right?
Right, that is going to be vacated
and Boots is becoming the mandatory if he beats this guy.
Correct. So the trickle down effect of it being for a vacant belt then, or a vacant belt for the Ortiz fight.
Correct.
So something else that is news is some of the undercard, some additions to the undercard. Callum Walsh, Fernando Vargas Jr. for the undercard, and we would just like, we need to step up for Fernando Vargas Jr. to someone who's a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's for the Bud Crawford undercard. Christian and Billy Lester Martinez. I like that fight. I think Billy should be fighting for a belt there, but they're all wrapped up with Bud and Canelo until that fight. And if things happen the way we think, it's either a trilogy or a rematch of that, or the belts get splintered because they only are fighting each other. So then they start getting stripped like before. It's the sport. Do you want to talk about what you hit me and said, Vinny, did you see about the UFC stuff? So Turki Al Sheikh tweets, this is like basically as we hit the air, B hit me. Did you see that? And I didn't even have time to put it in our notes. This is Turki Al Sheikh speaking, and then I'll read you what he's reacting to. My brother Mark Shapiro, great to see we share the same vision for fights and how our fans consume them. As I said 1 month ago with DAZN, pay-per-view is a broken model, and we must offer boxing events to fight fans at no additional cost. This is in response to Mark Shapiro, who is TKO COO on UFC's new deal with Paramount Plus CBS. Okay, so guys, hopefully that thing Brendan and I keep on talking about, we keep saying, oh, this card, we have one to bring up on a show later this week, this thing called UFC Fight Pass. And we keep going, well, we're not buying that because we don't watch UFC, but they're starting to have boxing. And we said, well, Brendan and I are going to eventually have to get this if they're having more than 6, 8, 10 fights a year.
You're not gonna have it anymore.
Right. So because of what I'm about to read, Brendan, I will read verbatim, you will react. How's that sound? This is Mark Shapiro from TKO, who we've talked about recently, which is under endeavor. This is now Turki Al Sheikh, UFC, and WWE as this fucking monster company that can eat whatever it wants to eat, basically, and run shit. And depending on how you view it, and if you have conspiracy theories, as I tend to be a little bit less, we'll see if it's a good thing or a thing like we talked about with the Ali Act. Mark Shapiro says, the pay-per-view model is a thing of the past. What's on pay-per-view anymore? Boxing? Movies on DirecTV? It's an outdated, antiquated model. So it was paramount to us, forgive the pun, where it's one-stop shopping, especially for our younger fans in flyover states. When they find out, wait, if I just sign up for Paramount Plus for $12.99 a month, I'm going to automatically get UFC's numbered fights and the rest of the portfolio. That's a message we want to amplify. Brendan, talk about how that affects us and our loyal listeners.
Well, I mean, this is what DAZN tried to do, we'll just say pre-COVID. This is different, however. Paramount put the money up and they bought the rights to UFC for I don't want to get this wrong. $7.7 billion for 7 years.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I'm reading
I
all
saw
numbered
someone
of
say it. Yeah, I saw someone say 8 to even it off. But yes,
$7.7 billion for 7 years. So this is a new deal. Okay. All numbered events will be on CBS for free. If you guys know this, UFC says like UFC 304, 300. So when UFC says it's a numbered event,
that's like they're famous people, right? Like, oh, Conor McGregor. That's like he fights on that, right?
Yeah, I think what they're going to do is like the ones that are only going to be. So what I'm saying is this will be cross-platformed.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they'll have other stuff that's part of your subscription,
right,
to Paramount. Okay. And the idea is that they'll get so many subscribers to Paramount, it'll be worth it. They'll sell advertising across this. So even if you subscribe, they're still going to sell advertising, likely going to be commercials on it, which we see on DAZN. Okay. DAZN is $25 a month now.
Correct.
And look, man, I know you were getting on me saying I'm spoiled. And you're right. I am, but I think I should be. If I'm shelling out $25 a month, I really don't think I should be happy about a fight from Libya.
It's all ball busting.
I understand
I'm agreeing with you though. You're paying 25 clams a month, then you're getting cards from Libya I'm doing air quotes, for free, but you're paying on top of the 25 a month. So what is that?
Yeah, pay-per-view at a discount.
What is that? $300 a year? $300?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, man. For
people, it's a lot of money.
An economy that's jammed up and people are jammed up, family, kids, cars, mortgages, and you're going 300 clams or 25 for a month, and I'm watching a card with no announcer from Libya.
And then if there's a halfway decent card, I got to pay
$60.
Fuck you.
So
I'm sorry.
Those
Fuck
cards?
you.
What are those cards like? $59.99? If
UFC?
Yeah.
No, some of them are like $80-$100. Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing that 6 to 8 times a year, and then crunching math in your head, and you're going, or I could do.
And don't forget, guys,
a month.
The UFC model that boxing fans clamor for is that they force the best to fight the best.
Well, real quick, B, I want to reiterate.
I don't think it always happens, but
I want to reiterate what you said. Guys, if they stand on business, it's been over 5 years, and we've talked about it, but not in depth, and we're not going to do it in depth right now. We'll do it on a show where there's nothing to talk about. But remember what B said. We were promised $12 a month.
$9.99.
Right. Okay. And then it went to 12, then it went to 14, then it went to 18, then it went, it's
this like was $10 a month.
For 10 clams a month, we were sold on everything I just read by Turki Al-Sheikh and Mark Shapiro. These guys said to us 6 years ago, and that is, this model is dead. Give us 10 clams a month. Or remember, B, there was a special, or 100 if you paid for the year.
Yes.
It would have been. So me and you did that. We paid for the whole thing.
Right.
We were doing that until they moved the price, and we just did the year thing. And me and B are yucking it up. No more pay-per-views, or at least from DAZN.
Right.
We'll have to do it with Showtime.
And it was supposed to be the same thing with ESPN Plus. So all right, we'll pay for ESPN Plus.
Okay. There's Wilder Fury, because that's huge, whether we care about it or not, or heavyweights or not, or Lomachenko Haney. No, now they're going, that's $40 on the 10 you already pay at ESPN. They okey-doked all of us.
All of us.
We're speaking for y'all and with y'all. We all got okey-doked. It's why people go, listen, man, we're talking to boxing heads like that are as sick as us on this show, right? That's who's listening. Then there's the people who check us out because of the rapport we have, and we love the sport so much, and we try to bring a different angle to it. And maybe we talk some people into checking out something that they might not have before. And I have people watching Pro Box cards now. Oh, I could just put on YouTube and watch that, or get the YouTube app. Now, Scott, my producer engineer, right? He came to the fights with us to see Boots. He's in now, bro, as a sport.
Right.
It's like soccer and boxing, or what he cares about, and he's casual with everything else. And when I tell him stuff, he's like, bro, I get DAZN because of footy, and I get ESPN because of footy. So you're telling me that number that you just told me I'm gonna have to pay on top of having them?
Yeah.
He can't understand it.
No, because it's bullshit.
And he's not buying it. So there you have a
Right.
fan where we say, yo, you are no longer, there are no more, we call people call it's a slur to say you're a casual fan. Let's be frank here. They really don't exist anymore. It's slang for you're a moron, not you are a casual
Right.
fan.
And
If
let's
I was to use it, I think it's a corny word. I just say you're a dope to people. But if you say that, more what you're saying is like, you're a dope. The casual fan is someone who watched Wide World of Sports,
yeah.
HBO on Saturday nights, Boxing After Dark. Oh shit. Arturo Gotti's fighting on HBO, not pay-per-view, on HBO. Oh,
Look,
Showtime.
let's be honest. The casual fan likely died 10 years ago when Floyd and Manny put on a stinker. You know what I mean? That may have been the final sword.
I looked up when that was, and I said it might have died 5 years before that.
Right.
It might have died
So,
with Oscar De La Hoya being a star.
right.
Which
With that said, look, man, these networks and promoters have taken the consumer for a ride for too long. The bottom is falling out. UFC was also underperforming. Like boxing, so this 2024, 2023 boxing was super hot, which is why Vinny's making fun of me for complaining about cards when we've had two of the like best years in the last 20, right? And he's right. Vinny's right.
He's a Grinch.
Boxing was outperforming UFC. UFC is reading the tea leaves and going, wait, why? Because you know what? Post Conor McGregor, we don't have a massive star. Our other massive star, John Jones, is a fucking psychopath, and so is Conor McGregor. We don't have a discernible star.
This isn't what we do on the show. Is that guy still a fighter,
Who?
McGregor?
No, I don't think so.
He
Like he looks
like
terrible.
he's
He's a fucking cokehead.
225 pounds on gas, in my opinion.
Coked out of his face.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I don't understand.
No, he's like a socialite now.
So he's not a fighter anymore.
I don't believe so. But what the point I'm making is UFC goes under this endeavor umbrella, and we have to figure out a new strategy in order to either retain fans or get new fans.
Yeah.
And the way to get new fans is to show them the product. It's not to hide. Boxing made a mistake a long time ago and says, we're going to hide this product. And you're not advertising is the cornerstone of business now. You know what I mean? Your SEO position off of Google, which means like when you put a search in, how you get to the top. So why keep this sport in the shadows if you want to expand it, right? What you wanted is out on the forefront. So what UFC is saying is, well, for $12.99 a month, and even if you don't want to spend, that's for the heads. For the casuals, we're putting numbered fucking pay-per-views, the former numbered cards.
Yeah.
That's going to be on CBS.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
If you want to watch it, it's there. Yeah. Now, PBC, they tried that. Yeah. Okay? I'm going to give PBC a props because it worked.
There was a run there where I was getting a fucking Saturday afternoon card on PBC, then that night a Showtime PBC card, then a Fox Sports Net card on a Friday night.
My issue with PBC, I believe your issue with PBC, I don't want to speak to you, is the tire spinning aspect of PBC, where you had 4 good guys in a division and they didn't really want to give it away. You know what I mean? And what they probably should have done was have the stick-to-itiveness to do that and say, you know what? We're going to put these 2 guys, Errol Spence and whoever else on it.
For me, it was if what you mean by what description did you use? What adjective?
Spinning their tires.
To me, it was an ancillary promotion.
Yes, right.
Like, we have 4, not 1. At one point, 4 good guys for Bud.
Right.
It takes 4 years.
It just
and he fights one. Fights 2 of them.
It just replaced the Bob and Oscar bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it just took the Cold War baton, so to speak,
and passed it along.
Which I know in their initial attempt to establish a boxing league, which is what they wanted to do, and they were going to buy all the fighters.
Correct.
Right? What their idea was, well, now we'll be able to do these round robin tournaments everybody is so fond of. We'll be able to do. Okay, so let's try to nip this in the bud. UFC under TKO Endeavor, or this whole conglomerate, read the tea leaves and said, pay-per-view, we're just not seeing the numbers. We're just not seeing the numbers. So what we'll do is provide this as part of our content catalog. If you want, I believe like Yellowstone is on. That's a huge popular show. I've never watched it.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what to
The
say to you.
Movie.
I have it, by the way, already before that. Well, because I'm thinking boxing will funnel through if they really start pushing those UFC Fight Pass things. That I can, what we don't know as boxing fans, there is a card we're going to talk about later this week, right? When we do previews.
Correct.
That Omar Trinidad is fighting on Friday night,
right?
On the UFC Fight Pass. Under this umbrella, would we be watching that this Friday?
I don't know.
Neither do I. So
I don't know if it's included.
Yeah.
It's a good question. It might take us a week or so to figure that out. And you know what? The Nakis are sharp. They may tell us. So write us at keotbboxing@gmail.com.
Yeah, because a lot of these dudes watch MMA, and I know so little about it. So tell us if you guys know. You're probably mad excited about this deal with TKO.
And hey, great, man.
Hey, Paramount Plus is dope, by the way. Like
that's fantastic for a sports fan that they're going to get another. Because let's be perfectly honest, UFC was teetering on putting itself out of the lexicon of casual fans, just casual sports fans, by hiding it. And look, let's it's not just these combat sports that we're fans of, guys. Baseball with regional, you get blackouts, right? You want to watch the Phils on ESPN. No, can't see it because
it's in your city on this channel.
Right.
And
for years, I couldn't watch the Knicks because they were on MSG and it was a pay channel all through the 80s and 90s.
Right. So that was Prism in Philly. It was called Prism.
Right. If you were a Rangers fan here or a Knicks fan, you had to buy Madison Square Garden Network to
That's
watch.
How Prism was.
Like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing? Unless the Knicks were on NBA and NBC.
You didn't get to see them.
I didn't get to see them because my father boycotted MSG.
Yeah, so my father was like, okay, we'll get that, but we can't get HBO because we can't afford more than
we never had it. I never had HBO.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, we're from that. That's how me and you grew up. Like like us now, our kids, it's like cable, every streaming service. There's no. I can't watch that.
I am a total 100% like. Did the opposite of my parents.
Me too.
Like I'm not saving. I'm not
probably terrible. We're probably
right. I'm not. But I'm not saving money by doing. No, I want to enjoy television, and I don't watch it.
So I have every.
Now I don't watch it.
I still have a cable with every channel.
Me too.
And then all of the apps and all of the streaming.
Correct.
So it's a horror show. All right, we got to move on. Oscar Collazo. I'm going to say the guy's name probably wrong, but if the way you say it is the way you spell it, I'm in. Oscar Collazo will defend his ring, WBA, and WBO strawweight world titles versus Jason Vason on September 20th in Indio, California. It's probably Jason Vason. If he's Jason Vason, it's my favorite thing of all time. Oscar Collazo.
You need to do a fucking song with Jason Vason if that's the case. Yeah.
Remember Grayson and Jason?
Grayson and Jason?
Rick was down. They were down with Rick and Vance Wright, who did all Rick's beats, produced that album, Grayson and Jason. They were brothers. Oscar Collazo, Brendan, I believe his favorite fighter is a tie between Boots and Cool Boy Steph, like a guy that like active guy now.
Who, me?
Yeah. Now do you think is
my favorite fighters
right now? No, I'm off.
It's. I told you I'm a Bootsy.
Yeah, you are. I'm a Bootsy though.
No, it's Alexander Russo.
Ennis? Right, it's Usyk.
I did tell Bozy Ennis that, and he looked like he wanted to punch me in the face.
Yeah, he should have. Oscar Collazo is like that's my guy. He's my favorite guy to watch. Is he the best in the world? He's not. He is not on he made it into our top 10 pound for pound, and
Sure.
then some guys did some things, and right now he's on the outside looking in. I'm telling you, I will really go head to head with B. Look, he's got the ring, WBA and WBO. There's 2 others out there. If he gets them, I'm pressing B. He's back on the list once he fights those guys. I don't know if are we calling him Jason Vason?
Jason Vason
has a belt. B, does he have IBF or WBC? Jason Vason, because we need Oscar Collazo in unification fights.
Okay, hold on.
I've said to you guys, this guy's one of the most talented fighters in the world. He's absolutely top 5 talent. But strawweight, no, you have to fucking unify down there in these jockey divisions to be a star. They have to do that. I think he's with Miguel Cotto and some Miguel Cotto Promotions, who kind of runs their fight. Is it through Golden Boy? Or is it through Bob?
Hold on. Let me just.
They aid him but Oscar, I think it's through Bob and Top Rank. They need to get Oscar Collazo, the IBF or WBC strawweight champion. If Jason Vason doesn't have one, I'm keep saying it wrong.
How do you spell Jason?
JAYSONVAYSON. If these parents gave him that name, they should pack them up, the parents. But I love it. My guess is it's Vason, but if it's Jason Vason, this guy should come in dressed like Jason Voorhees to kill Irish Billy Betts. Also, when we do, the great Pazzini isn't just back; he's back with a vengeance after that pick from the Libya card. I believe it was exact punch and exact round, Irish Billy. Now, I didn't tell you that because you were on vacation.
Is he still with us?
He's smiling. He's smiling. There's probably a drink out of the frame. No, there's not. I wonder what he's working on. Anything? What's in there? Water?
Agua.
Okay. I wonder if there's anything Pazzi related work.
Jason Vason is Filipino.
Okay. Is there any indication? Hey, all of these jokes, do you think it's probably Vason because they have Spanish names?
No, it's definitely Vason.
So you're in with Jason Vason.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Talk to me about this kid.
Okay, I'm looking right now. His last 1, 2, 3. All right, so he fought a 4-0, a 5-2-2, a 4-1-1. He's fighting September 20th, scheduled.
That's Collazo.
No, he's scheduled. Jason Vason
is fighting Collazo on September 20th.
All right, but here on BoxRec, they have him fighting Reggie Suganov.
On the 20th?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's...
So there was probably the Collazo was probably fighting. They were probably trying to get one of the other 2 champions at Straw, and that fell through. And they were like, my guy, it's 6 weeks away.
His alias is Striker. Okay. He's been a pro for 9 years. He's 27.
What's his record?
Jason Vason?
Yeah.
14-1-1 with 8 KOs. Oscar Collazo is going to hack him up.
Yeah, he is.
But
he needs the BC and the IBF guys. I don't know if those guys just don't want it, but they should, because that's the only way you can make any kind of money. It's not just fighting each other at the jockey weights, but fighting the champions. It's the only way for 2 things for Collazo to become a star. He's Puerto Rico's best fighter, despite what they want to tell you about Zayas. He's the best fighter from the island right now.
Sure.
But he's small and no one cares. This is a lot, this next bit. Former undisputed light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev will begin his road to redemption on November 22nd as part of the Ring 4 Night of Champions in Riyadh. Beterbiev will collide with another puncher in Dion Nicholson, who has 18 knockouts in his 22 wins. Beterbiev has opened up on social media on why the trilogy bout with Dimitri Bivol is not happening next. This is him speaking. Our next fight was supposed to take place in Russia. You know what we're talking about now. The 3rd fight with Bivol. We were offered great conditions, which were almost impossible to refuse. For my part, I did everything to make the 3rd fight happen, but my opponent chose the path of retreat again. I've waited around long enough, and I don't intend to wait any longer. Sitting around doing nothing while someone else is resting too much. See you on November 22nd in Riyadh. I'm continuing my journey no matter what. Then Dmitry Revolve comes out of nowhere and tells Ring Magazine he undergone back surgery, successful back surgery, and is expected to recover in the next 6 to 8 weeks. A, I don't know what fucking back surgery you're good after 6 to 8 weeks. B, whatever the fuck. I mean, you just
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Backiotomy. So look,
gotta talk to Samson. Take me to the moon.
Talk to me about all of that. Dion Nicholson is the pits as far as who better be is now and how old he is. That's the pits. I'm cool that he's staying busy.
Sure.
He shouldn't wait around. They can absolutely get him someone better than Dion Nicholson. Someone you and I have watched on Pro Box that's very good. Was supposed to have the fight again. Back to Speedy Rashidi and maybe even Charles Conwell. Why the fuck didn't it happen? Again, that's something Chris Algieri and Paul Malignaggi, who you speak to in your personal life, we might be able to get a bit of information about that. But a guy who's been beating people up and is a gun on Pro Box cards would have been a nice fight. And we hit each other.
Who on the Pro Box card?
Whoever me and you talked about before this guy. You hit me up, I hit you up. We each had a name. And I'm like, hey, dickhead, that's not who he's fighting. He's fighting Dion Nicholson. And you were like, no,
yeah. Let me see.
He's fighting, but
stand still. Stay still.
The Spanish kid.
Yeah, cool your jets.
You cool your jets.
The Puerto Rican
kid. You cool yours.
Hey, listen.
Listen.
Cool your jets. All right.
You and this Billy are on vacation again. Oh, by the way, everyone, Brendan went on another vacation too while Billy was on his.
This is lies.
I'm the only one.
Not Najee Lopez.
Najee Lopez.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be better be Najee Lopez.
We should do a survey, by the way, about vacation. If you just, according to you, going to the beach is vacation.
A little bit. Billy did a nice one, and if you go along with Billy's, you weren't on a vacation. Billy said, did you leave your house and then not come home that night?
No, I came home that afternoon.
I came home within like 5 hours of going to the beach, which is right near my house.
I had to send you guys a map of where I live.
I wish the fucking kids made you let them bury you, and then they left you.
I have a
creep
picture
show
of them burying me. I'll send it to you.
Like Creep Show. When Leslie Nielsen's diabolical and they bury his head. It was Ted Danson. Did he bury?
I let them bury me once a summer.
Okay.
I don't like being buried.
I bury my kids so they can't get out. And I let them out.
Right.
I bury the kid. They enjoy it. Billy, never liked it, even as a kid.
On Thursday's show, there's lots to go on. There's lots going on this weekend, Billy.
I like
upwards of like 6 things going on that we have strong opinions on too. Not just like, maybe there's a couple that we go steer clear of that because this guy's the pits or something like that. But for the most part.
So this Bivol back surgery thing, what the fuck?
Bro, 6 to 8 weeks on a back surgery? What are you, a mental patient? And as much, look, he looks like a young whippersnapper compared to Beterbiev, but he's got to be 35, no?
Yeah, he is. I'm just confused about the back surgery. You didn't divulge that to your promoter, I suppose.
And certainly not Team Beterbiev, who's cutting a promo on you like, yo, you're scared, which is what you would do.
I guess. I mean, he must have been like, oh, fuck, this guy's in a hospital bed. You know, is it like wrestling? Yeah, Bivol has successful back surgery.
I heard he's dinged up in other places. No puff. I heard his elbow is banged up. So did they do that while he was under?
Well, he's got a big, that could be from the IV. I'm looking now. He also looks like he weighs about 250 pounds.
So this guy is not even going to get back into a gym, according to them, which I believe is horseshit, until October. So we're not seeing Dmitry Bivol until 2026, maybe March.
Right. So this is what his manager said. Dmitry had 4 big fights in a row, back to back recently.
It's true.
He is very responsible and treated every opportunity with respect. But now we had to first deal with an elbow problem. That's what you're talking about, okay? Mm-hmm. Which was taunting him. When he started getting back in the gym, his back started getting worse and worse. The doctors told him it will only deteriorate. Oh shit! I hope he doesn't have like spinal stenosis.
And I know. When I saw the word deterioration,
Yeah,
I got a little bit nervous for him because I love him
yeah.
as
When
a
we
fighter. He's a good guy.
when we contemplated, Dimitri told me that he would rather deal with it now instead of possibly having to cancel the fight during camp. I support him 100% on this. All right, well, I mean, look at
If he fights Artur Beterbiev in a third fight and Beterbiev packs up this guy, they have a trilogy, beats Beterbiev clean. Is he an all-time great?
uh
Or yeah, nah, he was a great fighter type
he's
guy.
a
What you
great
talking
fighter.
about? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Quick. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, good. No, I all I wanted to say was, again, pontificating. I hope
Yeah,
that it's not. I
me
hope that
too. Me
it's.
too.
But back surgery is fucking back surgery, and a lot of
It's
times
no
it doesn't work.
joke. It's no joke. And I don't like a nagging elbow when you're a dude that slings the
No,
dogs like him and fights like him, his style in general. Real quick, Joshua Buatsi will face Zach Parker in a light heavyweight fight at the Co-op Live Arena in Manchester, November 1st. I love that arena. This is a good fight because I don't think Buatsi beats top tier guys, but this could be
he's
a
really good
good
though.
fight. He's really good.
Yeah.
I think he's in that really good category, but he couldn't get by. It was a Callum Smith that's now got the big fight coming
With Dave Moran.
I love this news because it eats at this, Brendan, and adds on to the great Pazzini. A heavyweight showdown has been finalized between top contenders. I know that's going to fucking get you riled just before I even say the name.
I know what you're going to say. It's really going to fucking piss me off.
Jarrell Big Baby Miller and Michael Hunter, the son of Michael Hunter. The fight will headline an event on September 11th in Las Vegas as part of the massive.
It's a fucking disaster. That's why they put it on September 11th.
A massive Canelo versus Crawford fight week. In more news, Don King has announced that he has issued a cease and desist order to Saylor and TKO, fronted by UFC CEO Dana White after the group announced the bout. King argues that Hunter is under contract with him and that the WBA has ruled that he owns the promotional rights to a Hunter Kubrat Pulev WBO regular title fight.
I'm dying for that.
Hunter is under contract to Don King Productions, and he'll be fighting for a world championship. So, is this going to blow up? No pun intended. Jeez, I shouldn't have said that. For 9/11, for Jarrell Miller, either way, that guy who Brendan wanted packed up ages ago is going to fight.
I'm going to read a tweet today that I responded to from your friend.
All right, I'm going to read something else while you're finding that. Manny Pacquiao has now officially climbed to the #1 position in the WBC welterweight rankings following his return last month. I wrote to this is diabolical. What that means, I don't know.
I want to read a tweet from Lou DiBella in regards to Miller Hunter being made.
Please.
I got a query here for those who purport to care about #boxing. I like how Lou still uses hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
And let me preface by saying I personally like Jarrell and won't vilify him for being part of the cheating masses in a sport that only pretends to care about and regulate PEDs. But why on real boxing's biggest night in years, with a huge real fight on mega non-pay-per-view platform, is boxing showcasing the most notorious serial repeat cheat in the sport's history? If I knew him, I'd ask Turkey. This is what Lou is saying. Lou is saying, why is this guy being put on a card when he's a known cheater? I responded to this. I haven't responded. I haven't been tweeting a lot lately. I said, ban him for life. He shouldn't be allowed to participate in a combat sport. He's unapologetic and has been caught multiple times across multiple sports. Stop booking him. This is in regards to Jarrell Big Baby Miller getting another chance, another fight, another line of exposure on another big card. I don't understand. I can't call it, and it actually saddens me. Some of the responses are ridiculous. You guys can sift through them yourselves, but just to give you a gist, more or less saying he served his time, like let him continue. Yeah, but that's happened in the past, and he repeats the process.
Well, okay, so the response, if you were not talking about this, the response would be to someone who did something to your family that was criminal. A female in your family gets robbed. Let's keep it not super dark and go to dark places with the crime, but they get a purse snatched, right? And you find out that this is the third purse snatching after he did his time, got clipped again, did time for that one,
Yeah,
snatched another purse, got clipped again for that. So you snatch 4 purses. That's what, aggravated robbery or something. Certainly
right.
it's a real crime.
Again,
Anywhere else, that's what happens.
Right.
He's a great promo. And really, if we're being frank, that's what's keeping him alive. He got beat up by Dubois.
Right.
He's comes in overweight.
He's completely blown dates.
Blown dates. He had the fight against what's his name, didn't he? Fabio Woodley.
Yeah.
The huge fight, the huge upset. What's his name was beating him up. The kid from Australia, the Samoan kid, was beating him up. It just happened. That was his fight to have.
Oh, yeah.
Fabio Woodley's last fight was getting beat up, pillar to the post. That was
and
Jarrell
then,
Miller's shot.
Right.
He violated the press conference thinking he was doing some Brooklyn tough guy shit, and they packed him up. Get out of here.
Yeah, so he's done that. Yeah, he was the whole thing at the Dodge dealership. They tried to repossess his car, so he tried to kill the guy that works there.
Correct. It's like, remember they were announcing baby. Wasn't this supposed to be
versus baby?
The baby versus baby fight? That we announced that on air. That's what this was supposed to be. So if everything falls apart and Don King has any leg to stand on, that's probably I'd rather see Jarrell Miller, Jarrell Miller, who's the other kid who got knocked out by Bacoli, the other big baby. Jared Anderson.
Yeah,
I'd rather see that if we have to see it. I'd rather see that. How do you feel about Pacquiao being,
I think it's absurd.
Yeah, okay. Eddie Hearn has confirmed the November 15th Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Benn rematch will still be at 160 pounds with a 10-pound rehydration clause, as was agreed by both teams before their first fight. You took issue with that. You said if you were Eubank, you would have a problem with that.
With the rehab, and he's doing it again, so they got to pay him a ton of money.
Quickly and lastly, Matchroom are planning 3 more U.S. shows for 2025 for Eddie Hearn. Boots in October in Philly. The next card will be very early November, expected to be in Orlando. And the third will be on the West Coast in December. So we'll be announcing what they are soon. But I like that. End of year strong.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Friday night, The Zone. Martyrs of Benina Stadium, Benghazi, Libya. Brendan, you wrote me. Did you watch? And I wrote, no, not yet. Did you?
I did.
B, who was responsible for this direction?
I'm telling, dude, so they had to go with local. They're not, we said this. They're not going to fly people there. There was no commentary.
Would you like to discuss the great Pazzini's brilliance now or as it comes? Because I got the drop.
Go.
I said this is a money mark in Libya. I was in fact correct. It was a money mark in Libya with tons of money. And Tyson said, I want this, no problem. I want this, no problem. I want this, no problem. Mike was there because everything he could think of, they didn't fucking flinch. So I know that. And I know that it was exactly what I said. It's a money mark who, via Samson Lukowitz, was like, I want to buy a card to bring here.
Right.
That's why the crowd was what it was. It was why they seemed not to know what sport they were watching.
I told you that was going to happen, remember?
You did. And
I said they have it on a soccer pitch.
Yes.
They're not going to know what's happening.
Correct.
We didn't know what the broadcast was going to look like, if it was going to, they just decided to go with none.
I was like, if B's enjoying anything, it's having no announcers, because you love that.
It's fucking insane, strange to watch. And again, for the most part, the main and the co-feature were demo jobs.
Yeah, I just have some notes. You want me to just rip?
No, I was actually just wanted to talk more about. I actually wanted to our friend of the show, Cedric. He tweets this, tags both of us in it. He says,
"Yeah,
I should have taken y'all's advice and not watched the fights this afternoon happening live overseas. Literally zero commentating audio, and they've got some Timu David Diamante holding the belts. First fight a fighter milked a headbutt injury, for fuck's sake." And I screenshotted that. Hey, Cedric, I screenshotted that and sent that directly. I texted that to the great Diamond Dave, Double D, David Diamante, and he got a very big pop out of it. And
I read it after, because if people tweet me during fights, I don't read them because I'm not always watching live, so it's a spoiler to me. So I saw that he had written something, and I'm like, this is regarding fights I haven't watched, so I'll watch it later.
Right.
It was very funny.
Very funny. So Dave got a kick out of your joke.
So real quick, Irish Mike Perez, who was a very capable heavyweight, he was involved in that really unfortunate thing that happened on the undercard of Triple G Curtis Stevens. I always thought, damn, man, if there was some money at cruiserweight, that's where he should be, because he was a flabby heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the best I've ever seen Mike Perez look visually. He's 39, but he's in shape. This was for a WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight title. Guys, we talked to you about these trinkets. They put you in line to fight a guy. The guys at Cruiser are Zordo, Jai Apatai, and basically that's what B and I think existed heavy. There were some guys that were really good, and they're just older now. The one Cuban that just fought, who did he just fight? Was that
Dorticos?
Right, Dorticos. And Brady's is done, right? He's like officially retired. Yeah. So they like aged themselves out. There's two guys there. Mike Perez.
That's who Zerto beat.
Right. That's right. We just saw that, because I said, Dorticos is still good. And you were like, pack him up. Again, I wrote down, these are my notes. So they're not brand new. No announced team. So I wrote, you must have been in heaven, meaning you. I said about Mike being in good shape. And I wrote, this isn't a bodybuilding contest. But when he fought at heavy, he was always flabby. He's always been good. The extra weight didn't bother him at times. He looked good. But to be in this good a shape at 39 means he's in the gym. He still got that nice jab. I love that throwaway jab he throws. He just throws 2-3 punches away and then sticks a left hand downstairs. Started to bring it up top. This guy, Christian Luis, I had no idea. You know, another guy. This is a guy that B talks about. How is this guy 31-3 with 22 KOs? Well, I'll tell you why. Look at who he fought and who they were. This guy, Perez, started looking gassed, and I'm going, that's not good. He's still crafty. He looked gassed by the end of the fourth. At the end of the fourth, he landed a left hand at the bell, right? After maybe a splits. It landed at the bell. This Christian Luis dropped to the ground and was selling like an 82 Ric Flair. I couldn't imagine this guy selling. He wanted out of there, B. But because there were no answers, I couldn't find out. What was the ref? So I'm going, is the ref trying to restart this, or is it called? Because they're not showing it, right?
Yeah.
I'm confused. So then a graphic comes up, Brendan, and it says winner, Mike Perez. So I go, oh, all right, wait. What's happening? Then the ref declares it a no contest. So our concerns over a fight card in Libya, sanctioned by the Argentinian Athletic Commission, were completely warranted, because nobody had a fucking clue what was happening. Then, after Lupe Contreras announces that no decision, another graphic comes up saying winner, Mike Perez. So I still, as we're recording, I have no idea how it was ruled.
No contest. It's a no contest.
Okay, because I'm like, yo,
Officially, it's a no contest.
Okay, 4 rounds were completed, and this guy didn't continue, so it should be changed because 4 rounds were completed.
I think they're saying the punch came after the bell, and that's why he was.
It was unintentional. Okay, fine. All right, fair enough. Sofian Uemia, 6-0, 3-0. Francisco Fonseca was fought everyone, like we told you. This was for a WBA gold lightweight title. It's not a real lightweight title, guys, but these things mean something. Ohima's tall, rangy guy with a good jab, like we spoke about last week. Brendan brought it up with great points to back up his view. The days of assuming a tall, rangy guy that will fight you from the outside, it's gone. It's dead.
Yeah.
When he kept Fonseca on the end of the jab, he did some nice work, but he wanted to stand and trade, which allowed Fonseca to throw with him and land some shots. Uemia would throw a jab downstairs and a looping right hand upstairs that would stop Fonseca in his tracks every time. It's on his corner to tell him, yo, this is there all day. That's on your corner. It is. At the end of the round, Uemia throws a big, fat, looping left hand, wild, and Fonseca inside of that shot throws a pretty right hook right on the button and dropped Uemia. Fonseca's experience, in my opinion, was a huge factor in this. It's just my opinion that it was experience. He looked relaxed, unbothered. Uemia looked like he hasn't fought, like he hasn't found his identity as a fighter. He was like 5 guys.
Good way to phrase it.
Like 5 different guys throughout this fight.
Yeah.
Look, all that said, they were slinging. Both guys were landing some big shots. Fonseca was coming forward, landing the shorter, crisper shots. He'd be controlling the round, but then Sofian Uemia would rip 2 hooks to the body, 2 hooks up top, and get himself right back into it. He's mad awkward, and that can sway judges, B. We've talked about this many times on this show, because if your style isn't aesthetically pleasing and it's awkward like this, judges are gonna not give you close rounds, in my opinion. Especially you're over there in Libya. You're not getting guys who are seeing that. It just is what it is. That's if your style is like this, kid, where you have 5 different fighters in one fight. You're going boop, 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 landing, and then you're on the back pedal and you're trying to stick and move, and then you're slinging on the inside, all within one round. You're 5 different guys. It's look, I asked you, is this too much for him? Meaning Fonseca, with that experience, with all those losses being like name guys. Look, I didn't know the answer myself. I had to fight 96, 93 for Fonseca.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty clear victory.
Judges had it 97, 92, 95, 94 twice for Francisco Fonseca. Without that knockdown, this would have been a draw.
Yeah.
That's so, guys, don't think if you clip somebody, it doesn't mean something.
No, I think,
is it too much too soon, or is this kid just not good? That's
he's like 30 years old.
Yeah, I think he's 31.
3-time Olympian.
7 fights, so he's now 6-1.
It's too much. I don't think we'll see much,
Yeah, I don't know where he goes. A kid named Josue Aguero, who is 23-0 with 7 KOs, fought a kid named Diego Aliman. Easy, boring UD for Josue Aguero. I don't really want to talk about it unless you have something to say.
Nah.
It was a stinker.
Yeah.
Albert Ramirez. So you said, Paz, this has got to be the main event. I said, no, you're wrong. Then we looked it up. They said this was the main event. I said, B, you were right. Turns out it was the other way around. I don't know what's going on. Let's just say we were both right, because this thing was a mess. Albert Ramirez, 21-0, 18 KOs, 31 years old. They got to do something soon. Versus Jerome Papillon, 19-2, 12 KOs. This was for the WBA interim belt, not
Dude, Papillon shouldn't be anywhere near anything.
Anywhere near. That's an interim that could potentially put him in line for a real. But look, all of Albert Ramirez movement, and by movement I mean his feints, how he dips down, moves his head to the right, then left, then back on the line. It's the same every time. Meaning it's like a choreographed dance, like the things the girls do at the weddings or those. Yeah. It's movement that is timed and done repeatedly in the same way at the same time.
Yeah.
It's Jerome Papillon wasn't saying it for what you just said.
Ugh.
But for a really high level guy, a Beterbiev, a Bivol, a David Benavidez, they're going to just time it and know where he's going to be before he does because of where he. All right, he goes to the left. He goes. This is when his head's going to be online. So I'm going to sit here and counter when his head gets back on the line.
He look. I don't. I don't think he's going to be a major player at this weight. Albert Ramirez. Sorry. Do you?
Not this guy.
I think he's going to climb the ladder and then.
He wastes so much energy with that timing. It's not that Madrimov energy. Like, I'm going to go back to Madrimov every time you and I talk about wasted energy as opposed to effective energy. You know, when people talk about aggressiveness versus effective aggression, whereas you go, well, this guy came forward all night. You're like, right, and he did nothing. There's also movement where you're like, yo, Madrimov had Bud a little bit. I'm not going to call him confused. Bud has seen everything, but it gave him pause for a while, and Bud wasn't throwing tons of punches.
And he was getting hit.
Yeah. Look, they're going to time him, but look, that energy, it also wastes energy because he's not doing anything to set anything up with it, B. He's best when using the jab and coming behind it with the big left. I didn't see a sense of urgency from either of these guys, and they were both content with how things were going, meaning they both thought they were doing enough in their mind. This is that fucking silent agreement shit I bring up. They were both okay with what was happening, though they did not say it to each other. No one leaned in and said it like supposedly Mercer said to Jesse Ferguson, where he supposedly said something to him, like, go down. I'll take care of you. That's like still going around 35 years later. But there's silent agreements made in there where we're both okay with how this is going. Ramirez switched stances in the 6th. They traded shots, and Ramirez landed a monster right hand, and he's a lefty that dropped Papillon. Ramirez came out in the 7th. Everything behind the jab, like he should always be doing, which is why you don't think he's going to go many places, because he doesn't put anything behind the jab. Dropped Papillon twice and packed him up. The corner jumped in, stopped it after the second knockdown. Again, awful replays, terrible editing, confusing, visually overwhelming. Snap cuts. They're going to camera B and C while guys are exchanging from views that aren't helping. I'm going, B might turn this off as a guy who worked in TV for how many years? 15? 18 years. I'm going, this
was terrible. This is why last week I said I'm not really like excited about it, or last episode. And
understood. We both picked Ramirez.
Yeah.
We couldn't find an over or under. I think I might have said, I think he might take him to like the 8th or something. When did he get him out of there? In 2?
7. 7. Yeah.
I think I said later. I think you said earlier.
Yeah. Papillon stinks.
Pack him up. Pack up this idea of a money mark being like, I got 10 million, bring a fight here.
Sucks.
All right, let's go. So the great Pazzini called 2 things. That was the money mark aspect of this. And I said Mirko Cuello packs him up early with a body shot. B, let's say this because there's not much to say. Mirko Cuello throws, I think it's our favorite punch, me and you. If you go back to the show, I mean, we don't say it to each other, but if you go back 159 episodes, I think we fawn over the Miguel Cotto power jab. Like,
I love it. Yeah.
He's fucking cracking you with this jab, this Mirko Cuello. He's cracking you.
And there is no defense with Mirko Cuello.
No. He's completely disrupting everything the guy is trying to do and hurting him with the jab, though. So I'm wondering if his head tells him that is, in fact, my defense.
Yeah. Well, he's also this guy. This guy was worse than Papillon.
Was he? You believe Sergio Rios?
He stunk.
Don't disagree. It stinks.
And we said that. We
Yes,
said
we did.
this is a deceiving 19-0.
We said 19-0, but the great Brandini always says, let's look at his last 4, maybe 5 guys. One was 0-4.
I said last episode that there was one fighter who was above 500, guys, 14-13. I was wrong. It was 2, and the other guy had some shit record too.
There was a guy that had no wins.
No wins.
There was a guy 0-14.
Bro, and like these are the guys he fought recently. So
no, the 0-14 guys within 5 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So
maybe 2
listen,
or 3.
Sergio Rios Jimenez is a guy that there is a chance he may be 19-7 in like the next year. If like
by 2026 end.
He wants to fight good guys.
Yeah, like no,
they all beat him. Yeah.
This was for a fucking interim WBA
Yeah.
featherweight title. Guys, there's real guys at 22. We're wrapping up this episode, but we can briefly talk about it. I love the power jab. B's critique of the defense means to me, if he gets in there with someone who wants to sling, he might win some, might lose some, but I see fun fights from him. Perfect right hand, late. Late in the first dropped Sergio Rios. Cuello kind of jumped in with a power jab in the second and dropped Rios with it. Yeah. Perfect left hook to the body, packed him up. It sounded like a shotgun. Now, here's the question about this whole thing. Since this card we're boo-hooing, these fights, these opponents we're boo-hooing, I have one question for you, Brendan. Can a champion, guys who are listening and not watching, be a prospect in this sport? In my opinion, yes.
Yes.
This guy now has a trinket, and he is not a top 5 or maybe top 10 because 22 is deep. He's probably top 10 now.
No, you have a champion at 154 pounds that could still theoretically be a prospect in Xander Zayas.
Absolutely. So
compared to the rest of the field?
Yeah.
At 54?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mirko Cuello is now a Pazzi prospect
with
a belt. He's a prospect for me because I think there are good, fun fights for him. And I think he's in I know he's in a division.
Yeah.
Where there's bro, like imagine him versus a guy
so it's Espinosa, right? Espinosa, Nick Ball, Sam Goodman, Steph Fulton, Luis Neri. He's on the downside. We're saying Brandon Figueroa. We haven't been Angelo Leo, Shushu, that guy David Picasso.
Yeah, put him again like a Robesi Ramirez if he still wants to fight. Put him in there with like a guy like him next. If you think he's done. So
I think Ramirez is done. I think he's Cook City. I don't.
Yeah. So if he still wants to fight, that's it. If he's retired, that's a different Cook. They're 2 different things.
Yeah.
Being done and being done as a skills wise, or being like, no, I'm retired from the sport. I made some money in the 3-4 fights I had that were pretty big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to see Mirko Cuello Figueroa is like a can't miss fun fight. I don't mean a can't miss. It means something because Figueroa.
No, they'll beat the shit out of each other.
They'll beat the shit out. No, they can't defend.
I pick Cuello in that fight right now.
I do too. Right now I do. And I pick him against, I don't know. Does fucking Shushu beat Mirko Cuello?
I don't know. I kind of.
We're both.
He's got
to pull a rabbit out of his hat in his fight that's like against a gun. And impress us to get back in our good graces on this show. I'm not doing the he stinks or none of that yet.
No.
But for him talking heavy,
I don't think it's warranted.
He's talking heavy too. Cool boy Steph, this guy, that guy.
Those guys are proven at a world level.
Nick Ball is a world-class guy. We'll be talking about him next episode. Cool boy Steph, 2 division champion. He's got a huge fight coming up. We're gonna cover. Huge, where Billy bets. Kubi loses the farm, or Kubi buys a shore house. We don't know.
Oh,
we don't know what's going to happen.
All right.
B, where can we find you?
At the Killer B24 on Twitter, at I_no_that_kid on IG. Find us at KOTB Boxing. on IG. Write us or find us at KOTB Podcast on YouTube and write us at kotbboxing@gmail.com. Vinny
Jim.
Pass. Yep.
JMTstore.com. Go buy a Knock 'em Out the Box t-shirt. Let them know your
buy
favorite
two.
podcast in the world. Buy 2 tree. Give them to your friends. Shout out to my guy Doc Holliday for always keeping me up to date on any info that he might have. Shout out Fadi Al Tau, Boxing Arabia on IG. Calls a lot of the cards on DAZN in Arabic. He is, doing what he does, B. Already sending me pics with this Dillian White, this Moses Itama. He's already with them, eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, hanging out with these guys at all the presses.
He's a real
something, man. He's something else.
He's something else. Shout out Doug Fisher and
Shout
Ring
out
Magazine.
Doug.
I got the new
Doug Fisher and the Ring Magazine. We both got the new issue. The cover's brilliant.
I can't see it on here.
I'm not opening it. I'm keeping all of them sealed and reading the digital. That's my gimmick.
That's your gimmick. See, for me, it's like sneakers. I got to wear them.
Well, when the posters, that's why you get 2. So you get the posters. So jmtstore.com. New album is out. God Sent Vengeance. Vinyl, CDs, cassettes, all available at jmtstore.com. All merch available at jmtstore.com. The new Invaders joint, the new flip, the starter flip. Go look at that, man. Tell me, Tecmo Bowl Raiders, Bo Jackson era starters flip. Go look at that. Go cop that. Perfect Enemy. The video is over on YouTube. Go run that up. At Box Cutter Pazzi on IG. At Vinny_Paz on Twitter. Billy, I believe you're at Billy_Bindlesticks on the IG.
Correct.
He will be posting his bets this weekend. He posted something on the Bindlesticks, a nice picture of the stick, I think, maybe. Or some action in AC. He posted some kind of action. We'll see you on episode.
X-rated Instagram.
Some baby making action.
We'll see you guys later this week in episode 59. Billy, say good night.
Good night, Billy.